Hi, everyone. It's Casey Washington, and it is Friday, the day after Thanksgiving here in the United States. I'm doing the Wellness Wednesdays Wondering on a Friday because Wednesday was the day before Thanksgiving, and it was very, very busy. So here I am with you all today. And I want to talk about what happens to our bodies when we overeat. And I know yesterday was Thanksgiving in the United States. And guess what? I did some overeating myself. And so I know some other people did some overeating. We just can't help ourselves. So are y'all full? Are you still eating? So what's going on? So let's talk about what happens to our bodies when we overindulge for the holiday. And the holidays are filled with deliciousness and not much willpower, right? I'm speaking from experience. So it is just kind of like this thing that we overindulge, and I did it. But did you know that between Thanksgiving and Christmas, some research shows that the average American gains between 1 to 10 pounds just between Thanksgiving and Christmas, literally like a month, because they're holiday parties, they start early. Thanksgiving, you're eating the leftovers for probably a week, and you just don't stop. So let's talk about what happens to our bodies when we overeat, and know that we can make some changes to that. It's hard, but we can try. So the first thing is the more you eat, the more acid is produced in your intestinal system. And so then that acid, it makes its way up to your esophagus. And then when that happens, then a lot of times we get heartburn. How many of us have had heartburn after eating how many servings? It doesn't matter how many servings, but sometimes, you're just like, oh my God, like I need to burp the baby because all of that acid has built up and is going into your esophagus and you're feeling that heartburn. So that's one thing that happens to our body. The second thing is big meals slow down our digestion, and the food is going to spend more time being processed in our system, in our intestinal system, in our digestive system. So then that leads to that gassy and that bloated feeling that you get when you've eaten too much. So remember, your body has to process all of that food. And if you think, sometimes, I know my family, we fix a lot of food. We may have turkey or roasted chicken. We have the cornbread dressing, the mac and cheese, the candy yams. I'm probably missing some stuff. Ham, whatever. We got a lot of stuff. Pound cake, peach cobbler, German chocolate cake, sweet potato pie, all of that stuff. Just to mash, and you're trying to taste it all. Well, eventually you're going to feel bloated because all of that stuff is compacted in that belly of yours in your digestive system, and it's not going to process in a day or two, maybe two. I don't know. Depends on your body, but it's too much. The third time, as your body tries to digest, it's like it's calling all hands on deck to digest, right? And it's an overload. So that's going to send more blood to your gastrointestinal system or tract. So less blood is available uh, to flow and transport oxygen and nutrients to other parts of your body. So what happens to most of us after we eat too much? It's what we call itis. What happens? You fall asleep, or you want to sleep, or you get really sluggish. We've all had it happen. Right after you eat, you want to sleep. Most of us go to sleep while that's not a good idea. You know what they call that food coma? That is what happens. So, those are three things that happen to our bodies when we overeat. So, remember, we got more food in your digestional tract. So, it's going to produce more acid. It's going to flow up into your esophagus, and then you're going to get heartburn or acid reflux. Uh, Big meals take time to process, so you might get that bloated feeling, you might get that gas feeling. And then one other thing is that the more we eat and your body's in overload and your body's trying to process that food, so the blood's not flowing like it should because it's trying to process. So what happens, the rest of your body is saying, where's the oxygen? I'm going to go to sleep, right? So how do we avoid overeating and that weight gain? First, first, we pay attention to what we put on our plates, right? Don't have, I mean, the plate is so big, so does that mean you have to pile on and fill every space on that plate? No, no, you don't. Do you have to taste everything? No, you don't. So you can pick out and be strategic about what you eat. So pay attention to what's on your plate. And then what's on that dessert plate after the big plate, okay? Because we know we're going to have a dessert plate too. The second thing is, I know for me, when I cook a big dinner like that, or Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, what does the cook do when we're constantly tasting? We're grazing, man. Like, is that good? Oh, that macaroni is good. I better not stick my fork in that again. Oh, just tasting. So by the time the dinner is done, the cook is usually like, I don't want any food. I'm not hungry. So everybody else eats. Third, exercise. For those of you who exercise on a regular basis, continue your routine. Don't stop your routine because it's the Thanksgiving holiday. Or for those of you who sporadically exercise, still, it's important that we exercise. That's going to help with the digestion. It's probably going to keep you from eating as much as you usually do on those holidays because you're more attentive to, I don't want to feel sluggish. I don't want to feel bad after I overeat. The fourth thing is, after the big dinner, if the weather permits, take a brisk walk. Walk it off. Walk the food off. Yes, you will feel better if the weather permits. If you're in a cold place like me, or you say, put your jacket on, button up, put your scarf on, your gloves, and take a walk. The cool breeze will make you feel better. Next thing is, how we try to fast or not eat and save our calories for the big day? That's not a good idea either. So forget about fasting to conserve your calories. That does not work, y'all. That just does not work. Try. Let's just not eat as much. How about that? No. Don't try to conserve calories. No. Listen to your body. Listen when your body says it's full and there's no more room in there for more. Stop eating. Stop eating. Now, you know how just a little more. I'm full, but I'm going to keep eating. Guilty. I do it. So put the fork down, put the knife down, and just say, you know what? I'm done. I'm full. That was great. Let me push myself away from the table. Yeah. All right. And then lastly, let's think before we drink. Now, I'm one of those people, usually at a meal, I drink water. I don't drink a lot of pop or stuff like that. But I will have a glass of wine. I might have a drink. And alcohol has a lot of calories. So, and eggnog, like Christmas time, has a lot of calories. So let's think before we drink. And then even if we're drinking that fruity, sweetie punch drink thing like people make, make you sugar high, sip slowly so that you're not just slurping it down and you want more. So think before you drink. So let's think about all of these things again. So pay attention to what's going on your plates. That's one. Try not to graze and taste while you're prepping the food. I'm going to try that. Exercise. Keep your routine of exercising. Don't stop because of the holidays. Take a break, take a walk, after the meal. A brisk walk will help that food to digest and you will feel better. Don't try to fast or conserve calories before the big day. Doesn't work. Listen to your body so that your body says, I'm full. You push away from the table and you say, I'm not going to eat anymore. Done. And then think about what we drink. Think before you drink. Sip slowly. So these are just some little tips about trying not to overeat and then thinking about what overeating actually does to our body. Thanksgiving in America is done. That was yesterday. But Christmas and New Year, the New Year's Day is coming, and we know those are big meal days for people. So, you know what? Take these suggestions and let's try not to overeat. So that is our session today for the Wellness Wednesday Wonderings on a Friday, but we get it done. So hopefully I will see you all in a couple of weeks with a new topic. Take care. Have a great one.